important now. Okay. Tonight we will present our version of an old-time radio show. You do remember radio, don't you? It's a television set without a picture, remember? We listened and we saw the pictures with our minds. What a concept. So basically, you will hear the story unfold, you will hear the voices of the actors, and you will hear many sounds such as footsteps, doors opening, doorbells, and so forth. And you will hear musical sounds that hopefully will add to the mood of the storyline. Tonight we present a science fiction story written by Ray Bradbury. A story about robots, referred in this story as a marionette. Just a quick word about robots. One of the many generally accepted prerequisites of a robot is that it is perfectly safe and in no way can harm a human being. And also the robot should obey the orders of human beings. So, now imagine it's the year 1950, and it's evening, and say it's maybe 5 minutes to 9, and you would like to be entertained. So you sit back on your easy chair, turn on your radio, to station NBC, of course, and you close your eyes and you hear the sound.
When you hear the hearty laughter and the familiar voice of the great Gildersleeve tomorrow night, you know you're in for some hilarious adventure. Because when Gildy is around, somehow things never quite seem to go as planned. Might be his impulsive nature, or maybe it's his incurable weakness for the fair sex. But whatever it is, the great Gildersleeve is bound to keep you laughing for a full 25 minutes. Tune in tomorrow night. Meet Judge Hooper, Nephew Leroy, Housekeeper BB, and all the rest of the friendly people in Summerfield as they join the great Gildersleeve. Now, stay tuned for X-1 on NBC. In just a moment, X-1 will present Marionettes Incorporated. But first, welcome recording star Dinah Shore.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold, so I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Great idea. Tests of all the leading brands of cold tablets prove 4-way tablets are far faster acting. 4-way starts the minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, and overcome irregularity.
When you catch a cold, try it my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. Fast relief for cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way cold tablets are still only 29 cents at all leading drugstores. And now, X-1.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire.
From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years, or on 1,000 maybe different worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of outstanding science fiction, presents X-1.
minus 1.
Tonight, a Ray Bradbury story, Marionettes Incorporated. By the year 1990, we should see many amazing technological advances. And yet, in many ways, life will be very much the same. A husband will stop off at a bar on his way home and perhaps unburden himself a little to a friendly bartender.
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old dad. She was a pearl.
Hey, another one, Mr. Smith?
What time is it, Sam?
Why, it's almost 10 o'clock, Mr. Smith.
One more. One who loves nobody else but you.
Yes, Sam.
Give me one more, please.
Listen to those old songs. They're still the best, aren't they?
Yes, Sam. I remember singing that one back in 1974. That's when I met my wife. Golden days, Sam.
Here's your beer, Mr. Smith.
Thanks. That's good. Almost feel like I can go home and face Nettie now.
Wife trouble, Mr. Smith?
Wife trouble, Sam.
Fights?
Oh, never. Nettie and I never fight. Nettie's too mad about me to fight with me. She adores me, worships the ground I walk on.
Well, this is something new. I remember only last year when you were complaining that she was throwing things.
Times have changed. I only wish she was still throwing things. At least in those days, I could walk out and slam the door with a clear conscience. Now she's so sweet and loving, I feel like a murderer every time I stop in for a beer on the way home.
Tough, Mr. Smith, real tough.
Ever hear the expression, love will fly if held too lightly, love will die if held too tightly?
Can't say I ever had.
If she would only relax a little bit. You see the bruise on my lips? She kisses me for an hour every night when I come home.
Can you do anything for it?
I try. I reminded her she really wanted to marry Harry Tubman. I reminded her we used to have those battles until our neighbors called the robot police. Nothing works. I'm gone for an hour, she cries.
Well, me, I haven't got that kind of trouble. If I hang around too much, Mabel calls me a loafer and sends me out.
You can't figure them out. Well, I guess I'll go home and feed myself to the lioness. I tell you, Sam, when Nettie gets finished demonstrating how much she's missed me, I feel like a man who's been stuffed into an electronic washing machine with the dial set at rinse dry. How much do I owe you?
60 cents.
Well, if it isn't Henry Smith.
Huh? Brayling? Well, as I live and breathe, Walter Brayling. What are you doing here?
Having the night out.
Does Gloria know about this?
Things have changed, Henry.
I thought she kept you chained to the bedpost most of the time.
Not anymore, Henry. Not anymore.
Say, you aren't divorced, are you, Walter?
Oh, no. Gloria's home.
What did you do? Put sleeping powder in her coffee?
Oh, goodness, no. That would be highly unethical.
Well, now, look, I can't believe you just walked out on her.
10 years of marriage, Henry, and I never had a night to myself. But it will be different from now on. By the way, what time is it?
10 o'clock.
Well, I guess I better be going.
Scared?
Don't want to crowd my luck.
Oh.
Although, really, there's nothing to worry about.
Well, I'd sure like to know how you do it, Walter.
Would you really?
Yes, I would.
All right, Henry. Since you've always been a friend of mine, I'll let you in on it. Come on. My car's outside. I'll drive home and let you see how it's done.
Well, that's nice of you, Walter.
Oh, no, not at all. We fellas have to stick together. I don't suppose you know how Gloria and I came to be married in the first place.
No, I don't.
Well, one evening she threatened to tear off her clothing and call the police unless I married her.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Gloria's a nervous girl.
Oh? I bet you've had a pretty wretched time of it, huh?
Yeah. Didn't take long for me to become the laughing stock of the neighborhood. Henpecked Brayling, they used to call me. I know that. But things are changing now. See this?
What's this?
A single ticket to Rio on the morning rocket. I have hotel reservations there for a month. A whole month, Henry, and to have a fling.
Well, won't Gloria make trouble over that?
Well, that's the amazing part of it, Henry. She won't even know I'm gone.
Huh?
I'll be back in a month and no one the wiser. You don't believe it, do you?
Well, frankly, no. Just how are you going to swing it, Walter?
That's the secret, Henry. I tell you, it's the most wonderful thing ever invented. Worth every cent I paid for it.
What is it?
I'm gonna show you. Now here's my house. You notice the lights are out?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Shh. Now we'll wait here on the front porch.
Say, Walter, you haven't gone off your rocker, have you?
Shh. Let me see. Oh, I meowed twice. That's it. Meow. Meow. Now watch the window in my bedroom.
It looks as if somebody's... Hey, there's a man up there. He's looking out.
Good. He sees me. Now he'll be down directly.
Oh? Well, now, look, isn't this a bit embarrassing for you, Walter?
No, not at all. You'll find out. Here he comes. Hello, B2.
Good evening, Mr. Brayling.
Either I'm going out of my mind, or there are two of you. You never told me you had a twin brother.
I don't.
Well, if this fellow weren't in pajamas, I couldn't tell you apart.
Well, that's the secret, Henry. Everything go all right, B2?
Well, just fine, Mr. Brayling.
I suppose my wife was in her usual good form this evening.
Why, as a matter of fact, we spent the evening playing gin.
No screaming? Shouting? Accusations?
Oh, no, sir. It was a very quiet evening.
Well, this is even better than I thought.
Well, Marionettes Incorporated aims to satisfy, sir.
Did he say Marionettes Incorporated?
That's right, Henry. Now, look him over. Isn't he excellently fashioned? You wouldn't dream he was a robot, a marionette.
No, I don't believe it.
Hey, well, it's against the law, of course, to duplicate a human like this, but it's well worth the opportunity.
I still don't believe it. You can't tell him from a human.
Well, only one way. Put your ear next to his chest.
Huh?
That's it now. Listen.
Machinery? Walter, old man, how long has this been going on?
Well, I've had him a month. I keep him in the cellar in my toolbox. And tonight, I told Gloria that I'd like to be excused for 5 minutes to run down to the cigar store. She agreed. I went down to the cellar, took out Brayling too, and sent him back upstairs to sit with my wife till I got home.
That's miraculous, of course. Walter, it doesn't seem quite ethical somehow.
Oh, nonsense. It's highly ethical.
Huh?
I've been home all evening. I shall be home with her for the next month. In the meantime, another gentleman named Walter Brayling will be in Rio having the time of his life.
Well, can he walk around without fuel for a month?
He refuels himself.
Oh?
He's built to do everything. Eat, drink, sleep. You'll take good care of my wife, won't you, B2?
Well, your wife is rather nice. I've grown quite fond of her.
Ha ha, there, you see?
Yeah, Walter, old man. How long has this Marionettes Incorporated outfit been in business?
Secretly, for 2 years now. Why?
Well, I wonder, do you suppose there's a possibility that I might get in touch with them?
You?
Mm-hmm.
But your Nettie is madly in love with you.
Well, I know that, but even so, just a little respite, you know. A night or two once a month, huh?
But she loves you dearly.
Oh, yes. So much she can't bear me to leave her for half an hour. You know that lately she's taken to calling me up at work 10 or 12 times a day, talking baby talk.
Your Nettie?
My Nettie. So now what do you say, old man? As a favor to an old buddy, huh? A fellow lodge member?
Well, I could put you in touch with a man who makes them. Of course, you'd be pledged to secrecy once you learn where he's located.
Oh, well, naturally.
Very well, then. Here's his card.
Marionettes Incorporated. W. Zeig, proprietor and owner. New humanoid plastic, 1990 models. Guaranteed against wear. Our motto, no strings attached. Address, the Jumbo Shop, 43 South Wesley Drive.
Mr. Zeig will take care of you. He's a charming fellow, a real craftsman.
Say, that's wonderful, Walter. I'll see him first thing tomorrow. Well, I better be getting home now. Nettie is probably splitting a gasket.
See you around, old man, after I get back from Rio. Then, while I'm gone, you might drop around regularly, just as you always have. Treat Brayling, too, here, as if he were me. Otherwise, Gloria might be suspicious.
Yes, fine. I'll do that. Before I go, these marionettes are, they're safe, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Tell him, B2.
Oh, we're guaranteed.
Uh-huh. Well, that's fine. Well, good night, Walter. Good night, B2.
Good night, Mr. Smith.
Good night, Henry. Well, I'm glad someone else will have a chance at a little happiness and freedom. All right, Brayling 2. It's back into the cellar box for you. Come on, down the steps. That's it.
It's very damp down here, Mr. Brayling.
Bad plumbing. Here we are.
Brayling,
Yeah?
before you put me back into the toolbox, could I have a word?
Certainly, old man.
Now, this toolbox.
Yes, what about it?
Well, I don't like it, Mr. Brayling.
Why not?
It's cramped.
Oh, well, I'll try to fix up something more comfortable when I get back from Rio. All right, now, before Gloria gets worried, back into the...
Marionettes are made to move, not keep still. How would you like to lie in a stuffy old box most of the time?
Oh, I didn't realize you fellas were that sensitive.
Well, you wouldn't like it at all. I keep running. There's no way to shut me off. I have my feelings, you know.
Well, day after tomorrow, I'll be off to Rio, and you won't have to stay in the box for a whole month. You can move upstairs.
But when you come back from Rio, I'll go into the box.
Mr. Zide didn't tell me at Marionettes Incorporated that it was possible to get a difficult specimen.
Oh, well, there's a lot he doesn't know about us.
Look here, B2. This has gone far enough.
I'll never get to Rio.
Come on now. Into the box.
And another thing.
Well?
Your wife?
Yeah, what about my wife?
I've grown quite fond of her.
I'm glad that you enjoy your employment. You'll have the whole month.
I'm afraid you don't understand. Brayling, I've fallen in love with her.
Well, all right. You what?
Well, you see, you just don't appreciate her. Maybe if you hadn't acted so meek and apologetic about everything, well, she'd have a little more respect for you as a man.
You aren't supposed to behave like this, you know.
I think I could be very happy if I were married to Gloria.
Aren't you forgetting that you are nothing but a big, overgrown puppet?
Now, careful, Brayling. I'm sensitive.
I'm sorry. Look, you wouldn't mind waiting here for a moment, would you? I have to go upstairs and make a phone call.
To whom?
Nobody important. I have to call Henry Smith about something.
You're lying. You're going to call Marionettes Incorporated and tell Mr. Zide to come and get me.
No, really I'm not. I was... B2, stay away.
Just stay where you are, Brayling.
Now, B2, take your hand off my arm.
No, Brayling.
What are you going to do?
Nothing much. I'm just going to put you in the toolbox, lock it, and throw away the key. Then I'll buy another ticket to Rio, and Gloria and I will have a wonderful vacation.
You're insane.
Oh, am I?
Now, wait a minute. Hold on, B2. Don't be rash now. Let's talk this over.
Goodbye, Brayling.
No, B2. Stop it. Don't. Let go.
Into the box, Brayling. There.
Let me out.
Walter.
Yes, Gloria?
Well, what in the world are you doing down there at this time of night?
Why, nothing, lover. The pipes were knocking, and I'm just making sure the boiler hasn't exploded. Now you go back to bed, and I'll be up soon.
Hurry, won't you? We had such a nice evening. I'm lonesome for you.
Well, you won't ever be lonesome again, darling. Never again.
And now, a word from tonight's sponsor. Here's Hollywood star Mona Friedman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all leading cold tablets prove 4-way far faster acting. Amazing 4-way cold tablets starts in minutes to relieve muscular pain and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, and overcome irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fastest way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way cold tablets are still only 29 cents at drug counters. And now, back to our story. The next morning, we find Henry Smith and his wife Nettie home in the kitchen.
Good morning, Nettie.
Good morning, darling. How are you? Have a good time last night? I missed you so.
Is breakfast ready?
Well, aren't you going to kiss me good morning?
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
You're so wonderful, Henry. I guess I'm the luckiest person in the world. Now, here's your coffee. How would you like your eggs?
Oh, any way at all.
But I want to please you.
Look, skip the eggs this morning.
But you have to eat to keep well, darling.
I'm very healthy. I have an early business appointment this morning.
Oh?
Yes, it's a friend of Walter Brayling's. I met Walter last night. Yes, so I'd better be off. Well, now, Nettie, don't look as if I was on my way to Rio or something.
Well, it's just that I miss you so. I want to be with you all the time.
Oh, dear, do I have to go through this every morning? I'll be back at supper. Now, there's no need to cry now, is there?
No, darling. You aren't displeased with me, are you? I try so hard to do everything just as I think you'd like it.
I know. No, I'm not displeased. Now, goodbye, dear.
Henry?
Yes?
You forgot to kiss me goodbye.
No strings attached, no strings attached. A very nice puppet with no strings attached. Let's see now. Jumble Shop, 43 South Wellesley. Oh, that should be about, here it is.
Yes?
Mr. Zeig?
Yes, that's me.
Walter Brayling recommended me.
Enter.
Thank you.
Your name?
Henry Smith, 55 Evergreen Place.
And what can we do for you, Mr. Smith?
Well, Mr. Brayling showed me his marionette last night. I was intrigued with the idea. Not that my wife is anything like that female meat grinder he's married to, you understand. But, I'm a man who enjoys an occasional evening with the boys. You know, without complications.
Naturally.
So I thought...
that I could duplicate you?
Exactly.
Oh, I think it might be arranged.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. How much?
$9,000?
9,000...
Oh, I have an inferior model at 7,500, but...
Oh, no. If I go through with this, nothing is too good for Nettie. Nettie's my wife. We've been putting money aside to buy a summer home in Westport, but...
Well, sometimes we must choose.
Yes. Well, perhaps I could just slip out 9,000. It's a joint account. How soon can I have it?
Oh, I could construct the mannequin in about 2 months' time.
Good.
Shall I consider the order placed?
At once.
Of course, you will have to report here for a body mold, a color index of your hair, lips, skin, etc. And I'll have to do a complete electro-emotional calibration.
Now, you guarantee that these models are foolproof?
As foolproof as I can make them, Mr. Smith, and I have had years of training.
And there's no chance of detection?
None whatever. I've never had a complaint.
Very well, Mr. Zeig. I'll get the money from the bank and send it to you.
I am sure you won't be sorry, Mr. Smith. You will be just as satisfied as Walter Brayling.
Oh, Teller?
Yes, Mr. Smith?
I'd like to cash this draft on my joint account, please.
Yes, sir. $9,000, sir?
That's right.
Oh, I'm afraid that's kind of impossible, Mr. Smith.
Impossible? Why? My wife and I have a good $15,000 in our account.
You're mistaken, Mr. Smith.
Well, I know.
Here's your card. You see, Mrs. Smith withdrew $10,000 recently.
$10,000? Without even telling me?
I remember it distinctly, Mr. Smith. She said it was for a surprise for you.
Oh, good Lord. She's bought that house in Connecticut. My birthday is next week. Oh, no. I've got to borrow it somewhere. I've already contracted.
Yes, sir. Quite a surprise for you, huh, Mr. Smith?
Yes? Oh, hello, Henry.
Hello, Gloria. Is Walter home? I'd like to speak to him.
Well, he went down to the travel bureau. We're going to Rio, you know. He should be back soon. Will you wait?
Yes, I'd better.
Oh, say, Henry, as long as you're here, maybe you can help me with something?
What?
I went downstairs to get an old suitcase a little while ago, and I heard the strangest noises near that old tool chest of Walter's. He mentioned that the boiler was acting up, and, well, I'm afraid to go down there again. I wonder if you'd take a look.
What kind of noises?
Like a thumping sound.
Well, maybe I'd better go down, Gloria. You stay up here.
Should I call a plumber, do you think?
No. I'll take care of it.
Well, it's right down those stairs.
All right, I'll have a look. Good Lord. Hello? Hello in there.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
Shh. Just a minute. Keep quiet, for goodness sake.
Let me out!
I'll have to smash the lock. Now what?
Henry, thank God you've come.
Well, what's the...
I've been in here all night. I thought I'd suffocate. He tried to kill me. He tried to murder me.
Who? Which one are you?
Oh, don't be an idiot. I'm Walter.
Well, what happened?
B2, the marionette. He stuffed me in the toolbox and left me to suffocate.
What?
Fortunately, I found an old file in there and managed to get an ear hole through the wood.
Good Lord. He's taking Gloria with him to Rio.
Have they left yet?
No, he's gone downtown for the tickets.
Good. We may have time.
For what?
To get down to Marionettes Incorporated and tell Mr. Zeig to stop him.
You're in no condition to...
Don't worry about me. We can't waste any time now. Come on.
Yes, but what about Gloria?
I'll sneak out. Tell her that you fixed the plumbing. Tell her anything. I'll meet you outside.
All right.
What a fool I've been.
Oh, what a fool I almost was. I went down and ordered one of those things today.
Gloria, love.
Yes, darling. Did you get the tickets to Rio?
Ah, right here in my wallet. Honeymoon for two under the pompous moon.
Oh, Walter, it's so nice to have you like this.
Oh, you like the change?
I don't know what did it, but whatever it is, I'm in favor of it. I hope it's permanent.
Well, I intend to see that it is. Oh, by the way, darling, do you happen to remember where that old pistol of mine is?
Pistol?
Yeah, I just thought since we're going to be traveling in strange countries, it wouldn't hurt to bring it along.
Well, it's here in the sideboard. There. You know how frightened I am of these things.
Well, I'll be very careful of it. In fact, I think I'll go down to the basement and practice. Not really shooting it, of course, just to make sure it's in good working order.
Well, now do be careful, darling.
Oh, I will. If you should hear a shot now, don't be frightened. I may fire it into a block of wood just to test it. Perhaps I'll fire it into that old tool chest of mine. That should absorb it.
Oh, speaking of that tool chest...
What about it?
It reminds me that Henry Smith was here.
Oh.
Yes, I heard some noises downstairs and he went to fix the plumbing.
Oh? Is he still down there?
No, he left. I really don't understand it. He seemed so anxious to see you before he went down to the cellar, and then he just left.
Did he stop the noises?
Well, he must have. I don't hear them.
I see.
What is it, dear?
Well, I have to go out for a while, darling.
But, Walter, we have to pack if we're leaving.
I'll be back soon. There's something very important I have to attend to.
What is it?
Well, just some personal business with Henry Smith. Now, please excuse me, darling, and don't worry. When I get back, everything will be fixed once and for all. Then we can enjoy the rest of our lives just as though old Walter Brayling never existed.
Oh, Mr. Brayling and Mr. Smith. Come in, gentlemen. Come in. What brings you here?
Mr. Zeig, you told me your marionettes were foolproof.
They are. My personal guarantee goes with each one of them.
We know all about your personal guarantee, except that Mr. Brayling's dummy knocked him out, stuffed him in a toolbox to suffocate, and is making plans to run away with his wife.
Oh, dear.
Yes, well, Mr. Zeig?
Well, I really don't know what to say, gentlemen.
What Mr. Brayling and myself would like to know, Mr. Zeig, is exactly what are you planning to do to stop this overambitious robot?
Well, of course, we shall have to recover B2 first, and then I'll simply dismantle him.
He doesn't seem to want to be dismantled, Mr. Zeig. In fact, I think that you'll have trouble catching him.
Maybe I can save you the trouble, gentlemen.
B2!
Look out, he's got a gun.
I thought I'd find you here when I discovered the tool chest empty.
Now you look, B2. Whatever you're planning, you won't get away with it.
Oh, I think I will.
Mr. Zeig, can't you do something?
I'm afraid I can't think of anything.
I'll save you the trouble because I'm going to kill the three of you.
No, Now, you won't get away with it.
No, you forgot that Gloria and I will be on a plane to Rio in a few hours. All right, Mr. Zeig, you first.
Now, see here. This isn't fair. I created you. You can't.
Grab him. Quick,
I've got
that hammer.
Look out!
Oof. Well, that's the end of Brayling, too.
But he got Zeig, though.
Yeah.
Right through the... Holy jumping catfish, Henry.
What's the matter, huh?
Look at him. Look at Zeig.
It's nothing but a mass of coils and springs. Just like Brayling, too. Why, he's nothing but a marionette. He's no different from Brayling. Do you know what this means?
Oh, this is incredible.
A marionette building other marionettes?
But someone must have built Mr. Zeig originally. I wonder...
Perhaps Mr. Zeig turned on whoever built him the same way Brayling, too, turned on you.
Well, at any rate, we'll never know.
No. Say, I wonder how many of these things are walking around among us.
Oh, I shudder to think of that.
You know, some of our best friends might be.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, we have to get out of here.
But the police...
Now, don't be a fool, Brayling. There's been no crime committed here. All the police will find is two oversized puppets with the springs coming out of them.
And they seem so lifelike.
Yes, I know. And they were only machinery. Now, you've got to remember that.
Yes. Well, what'll I tell Gloria?
Well, if I were you, Brayling, I wouldn't tell Gloria a thing. I'd simply pick up that other ticket to Rio and take her on a honeymoon, just as she's expecting.
What about you, though, Henry? What are you going to do?
Me? Well, I'm going home and give Nettie a kiss that'll singe her hair. You know, when I think of what might have happened if I'd gone through with this marionette thing, well, makes a fellow realize how lucky he is to be married to a decent woman. Come on, let's go. Nettie, where are you, sweetheart?
In here, darling.
Oh, how I missed you today. Come here.
Oh, Henry. Oh, you look tired, darling. Can I do something for you? Just tell me. I'm yours to command.
Oh, a man's a fool to jeopardize a nice home and a loving wife like you. Oh, you do love me, don't you, Nettie?
Oh, you know I do. Here, let me get your slippers on.
Oh, it feels good to sit back on the sofa and relax. Oh, you don't know what a trying day I've had.
I can see you're all upset. Is there anything that I've done, dearest?
Oh, no. Well, in a way, something you've done is connected with it. Yes.
What's that, darling?
The money.
Money?
Now, I know you wanted to surprise me with the house, darling, but really, you shouldn't have taken that money out of the bank without consulting me.
Henry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, Nettie.
But I don't.
Nettie.
Oh, you're so upset, darling. If it's anything important, let's talk about it later. Meanwhile, why don't you just put your head on my shoulder and rest?
Well, I must admit, that does sound enticing.
Let me make you comfortable. Now, you just close your eyes. That's it.
Nettie?
Yes, darling?
Do you hear that?
No, darling.
You sure?
Like what?
Like the ticking of a clock.
No.
Strange. I don't hear it now. But when I had my ear against your chest. Oh, no. Oh, no. She couldn't have done that to me, not Nettie.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about... No, I won't believe it. You're my Nettie, aren't you? You're real, live, flesh and blood. But I hear it. And it's coming from you. It's coming from you.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Smith & Street, publishers of astounding science fiction. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you Marionettes Incorporated, written by Ray Bradbury and adapted for radio by George LaFertz. Featured in the cast were Jerry Ehrlich, Roberta Jaffe, Ira Schneider, Irene Mortis, Ed Mortis, Stan Rothstein, and Ed Gerard. Live sound effects were by Marty Barron. Pre-recorded audio by Buddy Koch, and the videographer was Doris Davisoff. And your announcer was yours truly, Mike Ost. X-1 was directed by Ed Strawber. It is an NBC Radio Network production. Next week at this time, over most of these same stations, NBC will present This is Carnegie Hall, a special concert featuring a symphony of the air. This is radio station NBC.
Thank you very much. Wasn't this cast great? You did a great job, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Well.